What's going on, brother? Look, here's the thing. Today's video is going to be about macros for gym noobs. And if you're new here, my name's Gino, and for the last 12 years of my life, I've been a men's fitness and personal development coach, helping men just like you build their first 25 pounds of muscle. So let's get into it today. Look, macros are fucking complicated, right? What the hell are they? You always hear this in the fitness space. Do your macros, count your macros. What does that mean exactly? Well, I'm going to break it down in this video today, because there's really only 3 macronutrients, okay? The first one is called protein. You've probably heard of protein before. Look, I want you to think about this. Protein is anything that runs, swims, or flies, okay? Think about animal proteins, right? Think about foods like chicken, turkey, fish, beef, eggs. These things right here, well, eggs don't fly, swim, or run, but hey, you get my point, right? But anything that's animal-based, an animal-based meat is going to be a protein. You want to stay away from plant proteins, especially if you want to build muscle. Why? Because I want you to look at all the vegetarians you know. They're either fat or they're extremely skinny, okay? You don't want to take muscle building advice from these people, all right? So stay away from the plant proteins. I don't care what they tell you. So proteins, what do? Well, they actually help you build muscle. Think about them being the bricks that actually go to build the muscle itself. So you need to make sure that you're getting enough of this in your diet, okay? You should be eating protein with every single meal. Now, how much protein should you be eating? Well, it's different depending on where your body weight is. We use your body weight as the metric to figure out how much of each of these things that you actually need, okay? But on average, you want to eat protein with every single meal. Otherwise, it's a snack. You know what I mean? If you're eating a meal and it doesn't have any source of protein in it, you're eating a fucking snack, all right? And snacks are for kids, all right? Don't be eating snacks, especially if you want to build muscle. The next one is going to be called carbs, carbohydrates. We've all heard about these. They've been demonized by everybody you know, okay? Carbs aren't bad, okay? You know what's bad? Junk food's bad, okay? Not carbs. Carbs, I want you to think about rices, potatoes, and fruit, and honey too as well, okay? Those are the sources of carbs that you're going to want to be eating, okay? And what you want to do with carbs is they provide you with energy, so you want to eat them around your workout. I also talk about what happens when you put carbs inside of your body. It actually creates a hormone called insulin, and I talk about this in this video. I'm going to link somewhere up here. Okay, so if you don't know anything about insulin, go ahead and check that video out. But the carbs around your training is where you're going to want to eat them. So the meal before, also having some carbs during your training with supplements, and then also having carbs after your training. Centering the most of your carbs around your training window is what's going to help you build muscle the fastest. So carbohydrates are just rices, potatoes, and fruit, like things that are going to provide you with energy, okay? The last is going to be fats, okay? Now, when people hear the word fat, they kind of cringe a little bit because fat has a negative connotation to it, right? I'm not talking about that kind of fat. I'm talking about the kind of fat that you eat, okay? Now, there's good fat and there's bad fat, okay? Good fats are like the animal proteins. Most animal proteins, like the chicken, the beef, and the eggs, the turkey, and the fish, those are going to actually have fats in them, animal fats. Those are good fats. Those are good for you because you're an animal, right? You need to have the fat source that comes from what you are, right? So animal fats are good fats, okay? What do fats do exactly inside of your body when you eat them? Well, they help you build hormones, okay? Why are hormones important? Well, it makes testosterone. It makes insulin. Testosterone is the hungry, happy, and horny hormone, the men's hormone, the ones that help you build muscle. And insulin, like I talk about in that other video, is very anabolic. It helps you build muscle very quickly, okay? So it's very important that you eat fats because they help you build these hormones, okay? It also helps your brain health, okay? You don't want to be a dummy, so eat your fats, okay? Some other sources of healthy fats are like avocados and grass-fed butter as well. I also want you to think about fats as being like diesel fuel. Look, it's harder to ignite it, but there's way more energy, okay? So it's harder to metabolize or digest fats than it is carbs, but fats give you more than double the energy, okay? Now, you don't want to have these too close to your training time, okay? If you have them too close to your training time, they take a long time to digest, and I talk about in other videos that you don't want to have food in your stomach when you're working out, okay? That'll pull blood to your stomach and away from the rest of your muscles, okay? But fats are very, very important, okay? Just know that they digest very slowly, okay? So there's only 3 macronutrients that you need to know for muscle building. It's proteins, carbs, and fats, okay? Now look, brother, here's the thing. If you made it to the end of this video and you're still looking for help, you're like, Gino, how do I apply this information to me specifically? Look, I can understand the confusion, brother, because I was you at one point, okay? Which is exactly why I designed my coaching practice around helping men like you build their first 25 pounds of muscle. Look, and if that's you, if you want somebody that wants help from this information to apply to you specifically, go ahead and DM me, Jim Noob, on my Instagram. I'm going to have it linked in the description down below.